Hey, what is up you guys? In today's video, we're going to be discussing on why the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the Jurassic World franchise is such a pushover dinosaur. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So the T-Rex, the most iconic dinosaur in the Jurassic franchise and is many people's favorite dinosaur, myself included. But that brings up the question today, why is the T-Rex such a pushover in the franchise? Because like we've seen the T-Rex get beat by the Spinosaurus. That was the first time it lost. We got to see it lose to the Indominus Rex, and then we got to see it also then go ahead and lose to the Giganotosaurus. So what is actually going on here, and why is the T-Rex such a pushover dinosaur where it just loses all the time when we know that the T-Rex is probably the strongest in real life? So why is this? Well, I think there are a couple of different factors to actually play into this, and I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and I guess opinions on this. So I guess the first reasoning is because in universe the T-Rex isn't exactly that strong, I guess. They always make the T-Rex a lot smaller than the other dinosaurs. Like Rexy, I think, is like 18 feet, 17 feet or something, and then the Giga is like 18, 19. Same with Spinosaurus, and then I'm pretty sure the Indominus Rex is like 21 feet. So right there, they already make the T-Rex smaller than the other dinosaurs. So therefore, and then they also say it's not as strong too, even though in real life the T-Rex is the most bulky and the most strong dinosaur. So there's also that as well. Basically, the only thing it has on any of the other dinosaurs is bite force from like the marketing stuff, and we know that T-Rexes have the strongest bite force. But but yet again, in the movie, the T-Rex doesn't really show this feat that much. So yeah, I don't know. It's just that's a reason right there, is that the T-Rex is always smaller, weaker, and that's basically it. That's just how they make it. So, and then I think another one, which might be the last, I don't know. I think that the actual main point, and this is the one that I think is the reason why the T-Rex is actually not as strong, because again, you can't really use the, well, T-Rex isn't as strong, because I guess to kind of erase that argument, I guess, if you go watch Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory, we had to see Big Edie beat the Spinosaurus in one of the fights, but it also loses to the Spinosaurus, and same thing in Chaos Theory where Rexy versus the Giganotosaurus first and loses, and then she comes back and fights again and wins. So I guess it's not necessarily the T-Rex isn't strong enough to beat these dinosaurs, but what I think it is that since the T-Rex is portrayed as a good guy in the films, it just has to lose to the bad guy. It has to make the bad guy seem like a threat, because if the T-Rex was always like, because the T-Rex is stronger than the Spinosaurus and the Giga in real life, but T-Rex is the hero, so the T-Rex has to struggle and then find a way to win. If that makes any sense. Like if you've seen superhero movies and stuff, Spider-Man, I guess I'll use an example. Spider-Man isn't exactly strong enough to beat like Venom or something. And so then he loses that first fight, but then he has to come back and he has to use a strategy to win. So there's an example. And that's what I think is exactly happening here, is that it's just good guy and bad guy thing, where the bad guy has to be stronger to give the hero a challenge. And I think that is what is happening here, because again, every time the T-Rex is lost, it has lost to a bad guy dinosaur. Like in Jurassic Park 3, the Spinosaurus is a bad guy dinosaur. Kills off the T-Rex. So that's the only time the T-Rex actually died. All the other ones, it didn't die. And then in Jurassic World, the Indominus Rex is a bad guy dinosaur. So the T-Rex loses, but eventually overcomes that by getting help from Blue, and then eventually beating the Indominus Rex. Same thing in Dominion. The T-Rex loses the fight with the Giganotosaurus actually 2 times. Well, the first one kind of, I guess, it was just like a little scuffle for food, the deer. So again, T-Rex loses to a bad guy because he loses to the Giganotosaurus. She loses to the Giganotosaurus, and then she teams up with the Therizinosaurus and then wins. So what I really think is happening here is it's not that the T-Rex is just weak or anything, but the reason why the T-Rex is a pushover dinosaur is because they have to make the bad guy look strong, and they have to make it look like a threat, because if you were to just throw in the T-Rex in there and it just wins every single fight, then that just makes the bad guy look weak. And they want the bad guy to look strong, so that is why they make the T-Rex lose. It's not because the T-Rex is weak or anything, because we have seen that the T-Rex can actually beat these dinosaurs. It's just in the movies, they try to make the bad guy look stronger than the good guy, which is smart, honestly, because you want the bad guy to look threatening. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I think that is the main reason why the T-Rex is such a pushover dinosaur. And for you T-Rex fans out there that are wanting the T-Rex to be able to win a fight by herself in a movie, the only way that is going to happen is if the T-Rex is no longer considered as a good guy, because as long as the T-Rex is considered a good guy dinosaur, then the T-Rex is never going to win a fight by herself in one of the movies. Alright guys, and that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have not yet, make sure to please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell to turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. And if you'd like to support the channel a little bit more, consider purchasing a channel membership, link in the description, and you can also press the join button next to my name. And let me know in the comments what you guys think of this topic. Why is the T-Rex a pushover dinosaur in the Jurassic World franchise? Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. And this has been Erwin Goji 14, signing out. Bye guys.